वेलकम टू ओमसा एकेडमी। आई होप बच्चा पार्टी यू आर सो गुड हैप्पी जहाँ पे भी हो। ओके, नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट द नेक्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री. In previous two videos we have completed the introduction. Let me use the marker. One second. So in first two lesson we have first two parts, sorry, we have completed the introduction about industry. This is, by the way, this is chapter 5 in your geography of class 8. Okay, I'm referring the NCRT book. Okay, so you can also open the textbook and you can side by side see the whatever I'm teaching. You can refer the same thing from your textbook. Okay, so in first video I have completed the introduction. Okay, and one second. Okay, and the second we have completed the why the industry call as a second activities. Okay, why the industry call as a second activities. Now we are going to start the next part, which is something, the classification of industry. Okay, what we are going to start, the classification of in this lecture, today lecture, we will start the classification of industry. Now the classification of industry, as you can see in my, as you have seen my introductory part, the classifications of the industry are classified based on the three factors. The first is the raw material, second is the second is the size of the industry, and the third classification is based on the ownership. Okay, third is the based on ownership. Okay, so the classification of industries we are going to see on these three factors: raw material, size, and the ownership. So let's start with the first, the raw material. So based on the raw material, the industries are classified into the four major type. The first type is the agro-based industry, right? So those industries are completely depend on the agriculture. Second is the mineral-based industry, right? Third is the marine-based industry, and the fourth is the forest-based industry. Okay, so we are classifying into the four type. Okay, so let's first see one by one what is agro based industry. Let me use the another marker color. Okay, so in agro based industry, the plant animal based product as their raw material. Okay, so in the agro based industry, what is the raw material they use? Animal, plant and animal as their raw material. For example, okay, if you see the food processing industry, majorly the food processing industries are majorly from this agro-based industry. Even the vegetable oils, okay, are related to this agro-based industry. Even the cotton, textile are called as a agro-based industry, right? Even the dairy products, okay, milk, Amul, okay, many daily products, okay, are based on this agro-based industry. So the industry which depend on these two particular raw material, that is plant and animal, called as the agro-based industry. Second is the mineral based industry. So these primary industries that use the mineral ores, okay, as their raw material. So in mineral based industry, the raw material is a mineral ore. Okay, the mineral ore as their raw material. This raw material is used for the manufacturing number of products, such as these minerals are used to produce the number of products such as the heavy machineries. Okay, heavy machineries. So we know that these minerals, that is steel, iron, is exactly required to prepare the vehicles, heavy machineries, okay, even the building materials, okay, railways, okay, these are the things is used by the minerals. Okay, these used by the minerals. Third is the marine based industries. So in the marine based industries, they use the product from the ocean. So they use the raw material from the, one second. Yeah, the ocean or sea. Okay, so ocean and the sea material is used as their raw material. Okay, and such as the any seafood based industries. Okay, any seafood based industries, okay, or the fish oil based industries are generally related to this marine based industries. Next is the forest based industries. So they use the raw materials from the forest. Okay, they use the raw material from the forest, such as a pulp. Okay, such as a pulp from the forest. So basically you can say that the paper based industries or the pharmaceutical based industries, okay, these are the industries are from this. Even the furniture, you know, these are the industries are mainly depend on this for forest and the rock. Okay, so now I hope you understood very simply. These raw material based industries are classified into the agro, mineral, marine and the forest. The name itself explanatory, right? Self explanatory, so you can easily write the answer or you easily write the difference if come in the exam. Correct. Now next we are going to see the based on the size. Okay, the next is the based on the size. Let me go to the next slide. Okay, now based on the size, industry majorly classified into the two types. Okay, into the two types. First is the small scale industry and the second is the large scale industry. Okay, the small scale industry and the large scale industry. So generally this is depend on the size. Okay, so generally the cottage or the household industries are the types of the small industries where the products are manufactured by hand by the artist. So generally the household industries are considered as a small scale. Generally here the product, you know, the product is made by hand, is made by hand, okay, by an artist. Okay, so what is the example of this small scale industry? If you know the basket weaving, okay, the basket weaving is the example of this small scale industry. Even the pottery, right, even the handicrafts. Okay, so those are fall under this small scale industry, and the small scale industry require a lesser amount of capital. These require a lesser amount of capital and the technology. Okay, lesser amount of capital and technology. However, in the large scale industries, okay, if you look at the large scale industries, the investment is, if you look at this, investment is high. Okay, investment is high and technology is also, they use heavy technology, they use heavy technology. Okay, means mature technology, I mean to say. Correct. The example of this heavy industry, like for example automobiles. Okay, these are the large scale industries. And here in the large scale industry, the volume of product is volume of product, okay, volume of product is higher. Okay, so whatever the product is prepared in this large scale industry is high. They use the technology, they use the automation. Okay, and the investment is very used, so they use the automation machineries, okay, to make this large scale, so that the volume of the product is high, right? So I hope you understood this size based on the size. Okay, thank you. In next lecture we will see the last part, that is based on the ownership.